Welcome students. Standard 9, Science Part 2, Lesson number 9, Environmental Management. In today's lesson, we are going to learn the classification of solid waste and methods of transporting patients. In your textbook on the page 104, there is one question asked to you. If the time required for degradation of the solid waste generated around us is long, it seriously affects other environmental factors. What care will you take to avoid this? Now, we should think about it. I am also giving the answer. You have learned about the 7 principles of solid waste management. We have to use these principles in our waste segregation. That is, we have to classify waste as dry waste, wet waste, etc. Then we have to avoid the use of plastic and thermocol. If we use these materials like plastic and thermocol, we should recycle or reuse those items. We have to reduce the use by refusing such items in our day-to-day life. The synthetic materials like plastic, thermocol, rubber take very long period for degradation and it has an adverse effect on environment. So we have to use it minimally and also we have to make research for the proper use of these materials. That is, we have to avoid plastic bags and we have to prefer the cloth bags. In this way, we can take care to avoid the effects of solid waste on the environment. Now, here is the picture showing the methods of storing solid waste. In this picture, you can see the waste is classified as wet waste and dry waste. Also, we can classify the waste as papers, glass, plastic, metals, such as in this way. Okay. Now, waste is classified as wet waste and dry waste. Wet waste can be decomposed by the natural processes, so it is known as degradable. And if bacteria and fungi carry out these processes, then it is known as biodegradable waste. You know this. Now the kitchen waste. Kitchen waste includes spoiled food, fruit fillings, etc. This waste is the biodegradable waste. The waste that cannot be decomposed by the natural process and remains unchanged in the nature is known as non-degradable waste. For example, plastic, resins, thermocol, glass, metals, etc. So, there is a need to classify such a waste and collect it in separate containers. Then, this dry waste can be sent to the scrap dealers for recycling and reusing. The wet waste can be used for composting and vermicomposting. The waste separated by us is collected by the waste collectors and then it is carried by garbage vehicles and they can manage this waste properly. Now, the methods of transporting patients. There are various methods to transport a patient with care. The first method is cradle method. Second is carrying piggyback. The third method is human crutch method. Then pulling or lifting method, carrying on four-hand chair, carrying on two-hand chair and stretcher. These are some methods of transporting patients. The specific type of method used depends upon the condition of a patient and also type of injury, if any. For example, cradle method. This method is useful for children and underweight victims. Then the carrying piggyback method. This method is useful for carrying patients who are unconscious. Then the third method is human crutch method. If one of the legs is injured, the victim should be supported with minimum load on the other leg. In this way, the patient can be transported. Pulling or lifting method. This is used for carrying an unconscious patient through a short distance. Then, carrying on forehand chair. This method is useful when support is needed for the part below the waist. Then, carrying two-hand chair method. This method is useful for those patients who cannot use their hands but can hold their body upright. And the last method is stretcher. In an emergency, if a conventional stretcher is not available, then a temporary stretcher can be made using bamboos, blanket, etc. and the patient is transported. These are some methods of transporting patients. Then, RICE remedy. Now, RICE is an acronym of four words, that is R for rest, I for ice, C for compression, and E for elevate. Now, these four methods can be applied for the patient when he is or she is injured. Rest, that is, the victim is allowed to sit in a relaxed position. Then there is the application of an ice pack to the injured part of the patient. After the application of the ice pack treatment, the injured part should be massaged gently, and elevate means the injured part should be kept in a raised or elevated position. And one last point is there, that is the other emergency measures used in disaster management. The first is boats. Boats are used by the civil administration to rescue the people trapped in a flooded area. Instead of boats, the wooden boats, bamboo floats, or air-filled rubber tubes can also be used as an advantage. Now there is some homework for you. The first question is, explain with suitable examples the care to be taken when using the methods of transporting patients. Now we have seen these methods, that is cradle method, etc. Then state the scientific and eco-friendly methods of waste management. We have also seen this. And explain the difference between degradable and non-degradable waste. Degradable means wet waste which can be degradable by bacteria and fungi, and non-degradable waste means plastic, thermocol, etc. that is dry waste. You have to write the difference between these two. Thank you.